Okay, so we are live. A very good evening here from the UK, and I believe a good afternoon from US and Canada. So, to all people who are watching live or as a replay, a big warm welcome to you all. So, for the benefit of my new followers and for the benefit of people in various pages today, I just like to introduce myself. So, my name's Dr. Susie Jacob. I am a general practitioner by background and training, and I'm also an online business coach. I've been now in the online space doing the online business for about 2.5 years. And let me tell you, it's been the best decision ever. As a result of this business, when I started this business, I was doing about working anything between 5 and 6 days a week, anything between 9 and 12 hours a day, very, very long days. And I started the business from when I was really burnt out. And as a result of the business, I was able to completely retire my husband within 14 months into the business. And I've cut down my sessions within 20 months into the business. So now I work roughly, 3.5 days a week between Monday and Friday. And I live in here in the UK with my husband and my 16-year-old daughter. So that's a very short introduction about myself. So today we'd like to talk about our audience, because a lot of people come to us thinking, especially people are say, well, you can do the business, but I don't think I can do the business. So let's just break this myth a bit. So I'm going to actually ask Sarasi to unmute. Hi, Sarasi, how are you doing?
Hi, Dr. Susie. I'm good, really good. Thank you. How are you
Thank
doing?
you. I'm very well, thank you, and thank you for accepting my invite. So thank you so
Thank you for
much.
inviting.
So Sarasi, why do you think a person just like you? Yeah. So you're like a research nurse. So why do you think a person just like you can do this business? What's your take on that?
Yeah, so briefly telling about myself, my name is Sayusi. I'm from Sri Lanka and living here in UK nearly 6 years now. I have a soon to be 4 years old son, so it's a handful, and I was doing full-time job as well back then. And if someone says they don't have any experience, how can they do this big business? It's absolutely not a problem, because there's a massive training site which we give all the training they need to run this business. Not only the marketing side, because we are doing social media marketing, not only the marketing side, how to run a business, how to change your mindset. Everything is there in this training. So I was doing full-time job, and I was looking after my son as well. Because of the training is so flexible, I could run this business while doing my training, while looking after my son. So that's a massive plus point for me. And if you think you are a nurse, you don't have any, because my background is nursing, and I didn't have any idea what marketing is, any idea. Even I didn't know before I come into this business, we can do advertising on Facebook. I just did post. I just comment, like, that's all I did on Facebook. I didn't even know we can advertise on Facebook. After coming into this business, after doing the training, I've learned a lot. So if you say you don't have experience and you are a bit afraid of doing something completely new, you just have to come and see. You will learn. The training side is bite-sized videos, and it's very easy to follow while you're working full-time, while you're looking after your kid. It's really amazing training side. So because of that, it was a major advantage for me to pick up everything while I do my work and start up the business. So I can't explain in words how amazing this business and the training is. So you have to come and see and find out yourself how to do this, actually.
So you're giving our audience the element of curiosity and surprise. Just come and find out. And yes, that's absolutely true. And that's the thing. So, the beauty about our business, you'll be wondering, oh, why are all these nurses or healthcare professionals or IT people, all these busy professionals doing this business? But that's the key. Busy professionals are doing this business. Busy professionals who have a family to also run. Like, as you can see, all of us here today, it's not just women doing the business, by the way. There are men in our team also, but you can see women doing this business. And so you have one thing you need to understand is, when we started the business, like for me, I was working 12 hours a day, 6 days a week. So it's not like I had a lot of time. And I'm a mom, I'm a wife. So I had my, home duties, chores, and other stuff also to look out to. So, what does that tell you about the business? It tells you that you don't need a lot of time to do this business. So, and the thing is, this is not rocket science, yeah. So, if you've gone through any kind of university training, or if you've even done your, like something like GCSEs or high school diploma sort of thing, anyone can do this business. So it's that simple. Like what Sarasi has said, there is a step-by-step training. Do you have Facebook? You must be watching us in Facebook or YouTube at the moment. If you know how to do that, you can do this business. So next person, Anju, what do you have to say about this?
Thank you, Dr. Susie, for inviting me to your page. For those who don't know me, let me just introduce myself. My name is Anju, and I'm from USA. I'm a registered nurse by profession, and I'm a digital business owner as well by choice. So it's in 2005 that we moved to US, and you know how any immigrant coming to any immigrant countries, it's very hard to establish ourselves. So we came with only 8 boxes, and starting from there, like buying homes, buying cars. People may think we are leading a luxurious life, but buying cars is a basic necessity here, especially like with 2 college going kids, like 4 car payments, bills, everything was too much. So I used to work a lot of overtime, night shifts to just get the bills paid. So we were okay. I thought that was normal, right? Like struggling, going, picking up extra shift was a normal life for everybody. That's what I thought until last year. Last year, when I started having a health problem where I had a knee injury, that is when I started looking for supplemental income because I couldn't, it was hard to pay my bills. So I tried different stuff, I bake. So I used to try selling cakes and create wreaths, and then I sell it. But then I realized that was not worth it. It was not worth my time, effort, and the profit I'm making. I would rather go do my nursing, but my health won't let me do it. So that is when I started looking for another opportunity, and this opportunity came up, and that's when I started my business. So the best part of this business is very flexible. I can do it along with my nursing. So even after my 12-hour shift, I come back. My normal routine is before bedtime, I scroll, without any purpose. I scroll through YouTube, listening to other reels, TikTok. So that time, 30 minutes to 45 minutes, if you can do it on your work day, it's easily doable. And the training part, just like Sarasi was mentioning, see, I did not have any technical skills. So it was very easy for me to understand and do it. So my understanding from this is like anyone can do it. And not only the business part, the growth that you get, you stay motivated, and the opportunity you get to learn anything other than nursing, it has changed myself. I can't even imagine. I was always a introvert, like I can't speak up front. I can do writing stuff, but talking in front of people was very hard. So coming on live is like a, achievement for me. So basically, like I would like to invite everyone who is watching us, like who may be scared to take action because they think they don't have the training, or they are still doubting themselves. So if I can do it, anyone can do it. I don't have the training. It's very flexible. And the best part is like, you get more family time. I was not willing to do anything else to trade more time and my family time. So yes, I would invite everybody to check this out. This is something that anybody can do it.
Thank you for that, Anju. So that was really lovely. I'd like to unpick on something that you actually said, and that's kind of like my story, and I'm sure that it's somebody else's story. You mentioned that, going to work, doing those 4 car payments and all, and doing the extra shifts just to pay that was normal. And now when you do this business, you think, what's normal about that? What's normal about you leaving your 3 month, 4 month old child? I left my daughter when she was 10 months, and that too, I had to go because by that time, you needed money. You really needed money by that time. And you leave such small children. So I missed my daughter's walking. Like, I was not there when she took her first steps and when she ran, and my mom was there. Like, she took a video of it and she was sending it to me when I was like, I was doing a hospital shift. I was doing a night on call shift that time, and I was crying watching that. And I no mom should go through that. Really, no mom should miss any milestone. And I don't think it's normal, but that's what society has told us. A mom leaving their child at 3 months, 4 months, 6 months and all is normal. Sending the kid to nursery is normal. There's nothing normal about it. So, but the thing is, I think when my daughter's now 16, she'll be 17 soon. So 17, yes, soon. And, but that 17, 16 years ago, or, 15 years ago, I didn't have an option. I had to go into work. Because there was no online business at that point. And so I had, but now if you are a young mom and you have kids at home and you are having the mom guilt, because we all know what is mom guilt. At least I know what's mom guilt. Yeah. So if you have that and you're thinking but at the same time, there are bills to pay, and we know there are bills to pay. This is a best opportunity, and you don't need a lot of sophisticated knowledge and things like that. We have people in our community who are truck drivers, electricians, garbage collectors, those sort of people making 6 and 7 figures a month. Okay. And when I came into the business, I was like, oh my goodness. Because you think, because you have this idea growing up. Yeah. Go to school, study well, go to uni, get a good job, and, get married, buy that house and things like that. And that's the norm. But the thing is, these were people who beat all the odds, beat the norm, and was earning more than a neurosurgeon. And I was like, if they can do it, obviously I went to university and things like that, I'm sure I can do it. And that's what I need to tell you all. It's like, basically, anyone, you have to know basic English, and very basic. You don't need to be very, very, your English doesn't need to be like Shakespearean English or anything like that. You just need to have basic. Do you know how to converse with someone? Very basic English, then you can do this. Yeah. And most people who've gone to uni and all have basic English knowledge. So that's more than, even if you've done something like GCSE or A levels and things like that, you have enough of English to actually do this business. Okay, so over to you, Jinsy. So what do you have to say about this?
Thank you, Dr. Susie, for inviting me. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Jinsy. I'm an RN by profession. I live here in Canada with my husband and my 3 boys. We've been here for the last 13 years, and I've started this business like about 3 years ago. And I would like to say that it was my long shifts of nursing work that actually prompted me to come into this business. After my 3rd kid was born and it was time for me to go back to my nursing job, I was totally heartbroken. It was so hard because during the birth of my 1st kid and also my 2nd, I had to leave them both at the daycare when I had to go back to work. And when it was time for doing the same with my 3rd kid, my heart was broken. I felt like I'm missing so much in life. Like, it is a time then that your kids need you, and you need to be around them, to look after them, and take part in the minute pleasures of life that the kid brings into your life. But then going back to the nursing shifts, the 12-hour long shifts, it was so hard. Also, at the end of the day, after the shifts, I was too tired to come back and do the rest of my house chores. Like, and my body was giving up. Like I had so much of leg pain, hip pain, knee pain. I don't know what all pain I had. So I was really struggling, and I had no other option, but I had to go back to work because we have to pay the bills, of course. When we are living as an immigrant in a country like Canada or the US or UK, wherever it is, we have so much of bills piling up, and the mortgage, car loans, this and that, everything keeps coming, and you need to have work in order to pay for all those things. But at the same time, when your body is not cooperating and you have other stuff, there is a need to find something that can pay you. And that was why I was looking to do something on the side. And as I was researching, I came across this business opportunity, and I was like, okay, I must try this. And I must say it was one of the best decisions ever, because this business has allowed me to cut back on my nursing hours for sure. I don't have to go in for those many hours as before. Like I can work like 3 or 4 days in a week now, and I'm only doing 8-hour shifts, and I can come back to my kids, be with my family, and that's the best time that I have. So, in my case, I should say that I was trained only to be a nurse. I know only nursing stuff. But when I was always skeptical when I joined this business. I was wondering, like, is it possible for me to be in the online space and do stuff? Because I don't have any IT knowledge. I don't have any technical background or anything of that sort. I was very basic. But then the training side that we have and all the support from the mentors and the coaches in this community, it's awesome. So the training side will teach you all that you need to do, and everything is in a video based format, step by step training. And the best part of this business is that you can do it in your own time. Like you don't have to be in front of the laptop or the mobile phone all the time. You can just do it in the little short breaks of time that you have. Like when I'm at work, during my break, I do it, or when I'm commuting, I do it. So it can be done in bits and pieces of time throughout the day. That is, it is so flexible, and also the training is so comprehensive that you don't have to go looking for some other courses to do this business. That's the best part. So I will definitely recommend this business to anybody who's looking for an extra income or a side hustle to boost their income. Thank you. Over to you, Dr. Susie.
Thank you, Jinsi, for that. Thank you for that great explanation. And there's a few things what Jinsi has said, isn't it? You know, when I did my MBBS and, around 20, I completed, it's about 5.5 years. So it took me about 24 years and I finished it. And at that time, I felt I could do this for the rest of my life. You feel invincible because you're 24 and you're foolish and dumb and things like that. And I still remember in my first job, it was a tertiary level hospital and someone didn't turn up for work. They were sick. They were genuinely sick, and they were sent. So there was no one else to cover that. So, and at that point in time, there was like you have to do that night and day. There was no like you work for 8 hours or 10 hours and then night shift somebody else do. You do the whole 24 hours. So I worked for 7 days straight. I was knackered after 7 days, but it just gave me that adrenaline pump. I just felt good. Oh my God. I really felt good. And they gave me about 4 days off and I went on a holiday for those 4 days also. So I really enjoyed it. And, that was a time when I'm not married, not having kids and things like that. So you just enjoyed life. But that's not the same case now. Once I hit my 40s, everything's aching. If I don't get my sleep, then I'm very cranky. I'm not a nice person to be around. I can tell you that much. So that's the thing. So when we are young, we think that we can do this, whatever we are doing, till we are 67. And then when you're in your late 30s and when you're in 40s and when you're in your 50s, you'll realize, oh my God, I can't do this anymore. My back is paining. My knees are hurting. Everything's hurting and paining. And then, but the thing is, I have bills to pay. I still need to do my hours, because if I don't do my hours, I have to make sacrifices, and people make sacrifices. They don't end up going and seeing their parents for years and things like that, isn't it? And then if something happens, each time now I go to India, I make it a point to actually go and see all my uncles and aunts, because they're all retired, they're all old, in their 70s, 80s, and some of them close to 90s. And because when I go, I think, I don't know whether I'm going to see them next time I go. And you don't want that regret, really, because you want to see them, hug them, and then you've done your thing, you've done your part, and things like that. Because you just don't know, you don't have that crystal ball. And not only that, what if someone in the family is not well and you need to take some time off? Again, who can pay those bills? You can maybe take off for a week, 2 weeks, but after that, it'll be without pay and things like that. So how long can you afford to be without pay? A month or 2 months maximum. After that, you have to leave and just come back to work again, isn't it? So these are hard decisions and hard choices which people in our community have faced, and things like that. So it is important. That is why this is no longer a luxury. Having a side stream of income, a passive income, no matter whether you're present or not. For instance, we are all doing this live, but at the same time, my business is working in the background, getting, I'm earning money in the background. And that is the beauty about this business. So over to you, Soumya. What do you have to say about this?
Hello, hi, good evening, everyone. I'm Soumya. Thank you very much, Dr. Susie, for inviting me to this session. Thank you, everyone, whoever is joining from wherever you are. And I'm Soumya, as I told. I'm a registered nurse working in the UK for the last 5 years. But actually, the nursing background is more than half of my lifetime. But in total, I came to the UK, started working, and then I know only nursing as such. There's nothing else. More than half of lifetime, in sense you can imagine what I know as a nurse, okay? And nothing apart from that. So I was wondering whether this is suitable for me, whether I can get into it, things like that. No business background, no idea of what to do. But my coach and my mentor really supported me and giving me the confidence to get into it. And then gradually I came to know about it. And then it was really quick and easy. And a person like me with no background, I was able to plug into the system in a right way. Actually, it's only for a few months I've been into, and I started seeing the results, and it's bringing me, with the full of positive energy. And I'm 100% sure that I can do the best out of it. Especially what happened is, why I was thinking for a second, another stream of income, is like few months ago, I had a surgery, and actually here in the UK, I'm working in the private sector, and in the private sector, there's a problem, like if you are taking sick leave, you won't be paid. So I was in bed, surgery, I can't go the next day, definitely. So during my sick leave time, I had only 2 weeks, and I had to join back because of meeting both the sides, the all sides together, running the month with, as everyone was telling about the expenses, meeting the needs of the family. So I had to go back to work after 2 weeks. So everything was stressful. And even as everyone was telling, I was doing the extra shifts to meet up the needs. But then what happened is, after the shifts, when I'm coming back, I'm totally tired. And when my kids are approaching, sorry, I didn't tell, I have 3 kids, 2 boys and a girl. They are boys. The younger one is 8-year-old. So when they're approaching me, I'm really busting all my tensions, anger, the problems which I faced at work, everything. It's normal. You can relate to it, because if if you are working, if you are picking up extra shifts and meeting your needs at home, you know what I'm talking about, because that kind of stressful situation I was going on. And then afterwards, I will go back to my bed and I will cry sometimes. What a mom am I, and what kind of things, what kind of affection, love I'm passing to my kids. Because no, I know I'm working hard. I try to talk to them, say, yes, I'm a mom working hard. You could you see that I'm working hard? I'm leaving from home before you wake up and I'm coming back home. Kind of stories. But I felt like I was breaking down into pieces in front of my kids. No stand. I can't stand within myself. Kind of things. Then I was thinking about a different opportunity. What I can do. At that time, I met my friend, and then she has explained all these things. I joined in the business through my friend. So definitely, this system is really a supportive one, with the coach, mentor, and anytime, as everyone was mentioning about the training, at any time, I'm doing my own training. And at any time, if I'm stuck, I can approach whoever. Everyone is very approachable. It's a like-minded people's gathering. Every time, if we have a doubt, we can ask the questions and the answers will be coming every now and then. It's like, as I was explaining, I have zero knowledge about the business, about the system. If you are checking my Facebook pages, I, for probably around 4 or 5 years, I never even touched them, just like button, things like that. The very minor things I was doing. But if I can plug into it, definitely you all can plug into. And as Dr. Susie was telling you, you are watching it online or a recorded one later. But if you can do that, definitely you can do the business. And it's really helping us to come out from our comfort zone and having a good benefit out of it, mentally and financially.
Oh, that was a lovely story you said, Soumya, there. And it's something I can relate to. I still remember my entrepreneurial journey started around 4 years ago. And one day I came home and I was like this after 12-hour shift, and my daughter wanted to talk to me. And I was so angry at that time, because you had an on-call shift. You're so angry. You come and you just want to just relax, probably binge watch Netflix or something like that, because you're not, by that time, you just want to not, you're completely wasted mentally, and you just want to waste your time watching something else like that. And I remember her, and I said, can't you see that I'm so stressed? I'm working really hard and come back. And my daughter said something. She said, Mama, there's no point you being at home or not being at home or not being at home. It's all the same to me. And as a mom, that really, really, really was like a dagger to my heart, because, and I guess any mom can relate that. And then, then just like you, then you go to your room, start crying and think what a terrible mother you are. You tell yourself you're doing it for the kids, but the kids actually need you. They don't really need your money. They need you. And this is an opportunity where you can be with your children. No one's asking you to retire or quit your job if you don't want to. No one's doing that. There are people who are still doing full-time work because they enjoy doing, but they just need a backup plan. Because just like what Soumya said, you have a surgery. If you don't get paid, how are you going to pay your bills? Or if someone else is unwell at home, your husband, or your children not well, or back home, your parents are not well, and you need to take some months off, can you afford it? So some people just need a peace of mind for that, and some people are completely exhausted after working 12 hours for 5 to 6 days, and that was kind of me. I love medicine, I want to continue medicine, but I want to do it in my terms. So that's where I am now. Because of the business, what I have is choice. I have a choice of working or not working, and that means the world to me. So Niranja, what do you have to say?
Hello, everybody. Thank you, Dr. Susie, for inviting me today to your live session. For those who don't know me, my name is Niranja Pathirana. I live here in the UK for the past 17 years, and I live in Essex with my husband and my 2 children. For work, can you hear me okay?
Yes, we can. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. For work, I work at a 9 to 5 job. I work for a local authority for all these years. And I am a proud digital business owner by choice. So, why did I pick this? I purely want to retire early before I get to my 60s, ideally. And that's quite a long way away. But even though I would like to make a plan. So my online business allows me to supplement my income without compromising much of my extremely busy day. So, and I'm the boss of my business. So I decide where I work, when I work, and I am in control. So with our business, the reach is global, and we can expand our business around the world, and the business offers the flexibility, the scalability, and also the profitability, which is unmatched by conventional methods. And I use my leadership skills daily at work, but this business allows me to polish them as well as I go along. And the benefit for me is I get to meet like-minded people in our business community, and then also to attract more like-minded people to my business as I go along.
Wow. So that's wonderful, Niranja, and that is it, isn't it? So it's not because some of us are in the business not just for the money. It's sometimes when you work in a very negative environment, when everyone's working too long hours, everyone's negative, everyone's not thinking much, not and when they do get a second, they might be just whiling away their time in social media, just not giving 2 seconds thought about how their future is going to look like. A lot of people joining the business, when you ask them, how do you see yourself in 5 years, they'll be like, they don't think about it, they don't know what to say really, because you're so busy that you don't even have the time to think about what would you like your 5 years looking like. And some of you all might say, well, yeah, I don't have the time to think because I don't know what I'm going to do tomorrow. And when you think about that, when you really reflect on that, is that the kind of life you want? You are so busy that you don't know what's going to happen the next month, or you're living in the edge and you are just about getting by and you're just hoping for the best, very uncertain, having no choice in life. Is that the type of life that you want to live? For me, that wasn't the type of life. I didn't want anyone to dictate my life. For instance, I do managerial work, and once you're a manager, what happens is sometimes you don't get leave when you want to. You'll be the last person to get the leave and things like that. And I was like, but I want leave when I want leave. And now, because of business, I'll say, you either give me the leave or I'm just going to take you off anyway. You call your shots. And that is what I was talking about, having lots and lots of choices. So if you are someone out there, either you are thinking about a second stream of income because you're not well, you don't know that whether you can actually be able to, you like your job, but you don't know whether you have the energy or strength to work till your 60s, or you completely hate your job, you're in a very toxic environment, but you are working because you still need to pay the bills. Anybody, whatever the reason why you want to get out of where you are, the rut that you're in, this is the answer. And we are all living proof of how our lives have changed for the better, not just financially. A lot of people here were talking about how they've changed as a person. And the reason is our community. We uplift each other, we hold each other's hand, and most of the time we are not even financially related to each other because we are our individual business owners. We might not even have financial benefits, but our community is built in such a way that everyone helps everyone else. And if that is the sort of people you're looking out, if you are looking out, if you're alone and you're looking out for a tribe that you want to call your own, that you belong to, at the same time earn money. And when I say earn money, it's not just like 50 pounds here and there. It's earning 2 to 3 times as much as a GP earns. That's the sort of income I'm just telling you. Okay, just to give you a brief idea. If that's something that you are looking for, why don't you get in touch with us so that it costs you nothing to know more information about it? Check us out, check the business model out. Is this going to be for everyone? No, it's not going to be for everyone. But what if it is for you and you are so close-minded that you let this opportunity pass by, and in 5 years' time, you'll probably see most of us either retired or, cut down, traveling the world, and you're still at your work and just cribbing about how miserable the world is. So why don't you just give yourself that opportunity and find out more about the business? So you can get in touch with any of these lovely ladies on the screen that you see, and we will be more than happy to help. So thank you, ladies, for your time this evening or this afternoon, wherever you are. Thank you so much for coming, and wish you all the very best. Have a good evening and a good night.
Thank
Take
you, Dr.
care.
Susie.
Thank you.
Take care. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.